Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV for our second show of the day. Yes, second show. Where have you been? Did you not know? We do a 10 o'clock show now in the mornings here in the UK. So 5 a.m. for you Eastern, 2 a.m. if you're Pacific time. So I know a little bit early for our US viewers, but that is what we are doing each and every day. An extra show, 10 through till 11. Then you've got this show bang on midday. We've got our 2 till 4 show this afternoon. And by the way, that is going to be a corker. It is our UK warehouse clearance show, which let me just tell you, has already been super, super busy. Shop the day for all of those deals. We might just squeeze a few of them into the show if we get chance. The plates are back in stock. Yes. And then tonight we've got a craft together show with Craig a little bit later on, all about the Vintage Carnival. So it's a jam-packed day, plenty to be showing you, plenty to be getting through as well. Just to say for our US viewers, of course, you have got that tariff-free section on the website. Hopefully over the coming days with everything that's going on currently with those, we might have some information. As soon as I hear anything as to what we might be doing differently here, I will of course let you know. But for the meantime, you can watch these shows, shop these shows, and shop tariff-free on the tariff-free section of the website. It's there on the home page for you of the US website. So just click on that. There's around about 200 items there for you. And we've got a really exciting week coming up for you as well. Just at the top of the show, let me remind you, tomorrow we have got Keith back in from Paper Dynamics. We cannot wait for that. We'll be getting to bed early tonight, getting ready for Keith. And then on Thursday, I don't know if it's been announced, but I'm going to announce it now because I'm doing it. It's Ben's Day 3. Yes, coming up on Thursday. It was initially concepted for a Wednesday because Ben's Day rhymes with Wednesday, but Keith's in and he shoved me off that Wednesday. So, and whatever Keith says goes, unfortunately. So he's in tomorrow, Ben's Day Thursday. We've got a jam-packed week for you. And this show, Masterclass, all about the beautiful Graceful Plumes Collection. We've still got the full showstopper available for you and the bonus buy. Details on the screen. And before we get into it, let's say hello to, well, one of the most graceful people I know. To go with the Graceful Plumes Collection. It is the one and only, what are you laughing at, Johnny? It's the one and only Mr. Craig Laird. How are you?
What are you laughing at, Johnny?
Yeah, what is he laughing at? It's a bit rude, isn't
something
it?
About that.
Very graceful.
I'm very graceful. Really, really am. Nice and graceful. Yeah, Graceful Plumes. Shall we have a look to start with, Ben?
Oh, go on then.
At some finished samples. We are going to be demoing here. And do you know what I'm going to be doing as well, Ben? Now, I know a lot of the design team, when it comes to the Graceful Plumes collection, have done shakers. And I'm going to do a shaker box.
Nice.
So I know maybe you'll have seen a shaker done a few times with this collection, but I just think it's worthwhile showing them. I mean, there's one there when it comes to, of course, the actual card, that beautiful create a card die. That's the one that we're going to be using. But then, of course, you can do your gift bags and that as well with that beautiful peacock within that stamp that you've got. Such a lovely comprehensive set where you've got the creative card die. You've got your stamp set in there as well. I mean, really, really fun one that you've got there. Why not bring in things such as your template library, quirky cards, quirky concepts. You can do the smaller ones with your edgeables there. What about as well going over with the Gildan Flakes? You'll see as well with Ben, I think one of the reasons that I also love it as well is it's full of like teals and mints in it, which is obviously one of my favourite colours here. But we've got that collection there, Graceful Plumes, really, really beautiful. You're also, I'm going to say, inclined to bring in lots of your other luxury cardstock as well. I think it's going to finish it off just beautifully. But yeah, I'm just finishing getting myself set up before we get demoing.
We'll say a few hellos before we get into taking you through the boards as well. We have got Jan on the socials for us for this show. Hello, Jan. Hello, Trudy Bickham says good morning from Central Florida. Teresa Campbell says good morning. Hello. Karen Wells Sorrell says hello from Kentucky. Well, hello, Kentucky. Hi to Laurie Barnett in Gilbert, Arizona. Carolyn Wilson in Florida. And Terry H. Hello, Terry. She joins us from Iowa. What are you doing?
He's sneaking his Laird collection back.
I'll bring it back for you.
Thank you.
Where are you taking that? Oh, photography people want it. Make sure you bring that back for 2. Yeah.
You'll be back.
I'll be back. Come on. He's the Jakeinator. Have you heard his Scottish accent?
No.
Jake!
No.
Oh, he's not come back. Jake! He, when we did the blind date thing for Debbie on Friday Night Live, go over to Craig a minute and do your Scottish accent for him. Oh, come on. He says he needs to warm up, he can't do it on the spot. Have a practice come in later, yeah? Okay. He's going to do it later when he's embarrassed now. So when we were doing Debbie's blind date on Friday Night Live, we all disguised our voices.
Right.
And he did a Scottish accent, and it was so funny.
Really?
And genuinely, Debbie thought it was you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay then. Yeah.
So we'll get him in later on for that. Right, let's quickly show you the collection. It was a previous pick of the week. It's not this week's pick of the week. It was a previous pick of the week deal where you got everything basically in one click, and you got it for, I think it was a $5 or less, but then obviously you had the opportunity to be able to jump in and get the bonus buy. I mean, just beautiful. As Craig says, the colour palette is just exceptional, and the illustrations you get here again are, well, I mean, we just do so many beautiful papers now, don't we? You kind of, you're not surprised at just how gorgeous they are nowadays. But look at all the beautiful peacocks in there. Look at all the beautiful florals. Look at that kind of like back layer of almost like silhouetted peacocks and trees in there. And then you've got that replicated onto the reverse, but you've got more space there to be able to kind of create, to stamp, to stencil if you want to be able to do that. But beautiful colours, lots of opportunity to snip into these as well. If you want to snip into, fussy cut the actual peacocks from this collection, fussy cut into those feathers as well. And like I say, if you want it more stripped back, just turn to the reverse of the papers to be able to find that. These 36 double-sided sheets on your 12x12, and you're also going to get this replicated in your 6x6 pad as well. Just to say that, plus that, so 36 more sheets in the 6x6, and then your linen cardstock, that is what we will show you to be the bonus buy. So if you go for the pick of the week, you can then add this bonus buy into your basket as well, but we halved that price for you, so it'll be £14 or $18, and the colour of that linen cardstock in there is absolutely gorgeous. Even outside of the Peacock collection, the Graceful Plumes collection, just some really sumptuous, bright, juicy colours in there that you'll be using for all of your summer makes. Now, that obviously comes within your pick of the week. But then alongside that, you'll get all of the essentials. I must apologise, I don't have the boards because they are over in America. They're gone on holiday. I can only just show you the packaging. But you've seen this before. You get the idea as to what you're going to be getting. So you've got your proud peacock. That is that beautiful stamp and die. Then you've got the lucky feathers in edgeable form. Craig showed you that on a card just a few moments ago. Strut your stuff. That one is all about your stamp sentiment, so you've got things like be strong, be happy, be you, happy birthday, it's your birthday, strut your stuff, proud as a peacock. There are 11 stamps in there. Then you've got your perfect plumes, which is that beautiful 2-die set of the peacock. I think the most talked about item within this collection is this next one, the 5x7 peacock quill. That creator card die is absolutely exceptional. And again, you saw with Craig just a few moments ago, some of the projects made with that, majority of which have been made with shaker cards in mind, beautiful box lids you could make with that too, I guess. And then you've also got your Beauty and Elegance, which is that metal die set, 6-piece set there for you. Great for creating those little apertures, those windows, if you like to create that sort of triptych effect on your projects. But of course, you've got the outer die for each of those decorative dies, so you can create those panels as well if you want to be able to do things that way. £72 is your platinum price on that. $92, obviously, your tariff supply. If you are shopping for that, as I've said, buy the showstopper as well, and we'll give you your extra cardstock and paper for half the price. Must be in the same basket as your pick of the week, though. A few quick hellos, and then we'll get on to having a look at some demos. Hi to Terry Marcus, who says, Florida is well represented. I'm on the west coast of Florida. Good morning. Good morning. Hello to Lois in Ohio. Jeannie says, good morning to you all. I love seeing you both. Ben and Craig, you two put a smile on my face. Oh, thank you. Dan Hatt says, good morning, Craig, Ben, and friends. Good morning, says Christine Mahoney. Good afternoon. Stuck on the side of the road. Oh, no, waiting for a tow. She says, thank God you are here to keep me company. What's happened? Is it the engine gone, or got a flat tyre, or what? Ah. I broke down by the side of the road the other day. Wasn't in my car, I just started crying. Carolyn says the papers for this collection are amazing. Christine, if I was in the neighbourhood and I was sort of near, I'd come on over, and if it was a flat tyre, I'd come and change that for you, because that's one of the things that I can do.
Can you do it? Can you? Yeah.
Can you do that?
No, I can't. No. No.
Laura seemed very impressive today, because I had a flat on my driveway, thankfully, and I think Laura thinks I'm not particularly practical as a man, but I just did it.
What makes her think that?
Huh?
What makes her think that?
I don't know, really. I think it's because she's obviously at home a lot more than me, and she is a very practical person, so she tends to do a lot of stuff before I get to do it, if you know what I mean. So like painting and stuff she'll do, but I can paint. You know, if like flat packing or anything needs to do, she'll always get that and do that when I'm not around, but I can do that. I think it's because she never really sees me do stuff. She thinks I can't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really proved my manliness the other day when I changed a tyre on my car. Yeah. Fell off when I went down the road, but you know, at that point it was fine. I was just driving along and just saw this wheel past me. Good afternoon to Gillian Denton from glorious Suffolk. Tracy says, well, hello to Craig and Ben and all. The papers for this collection are amazing, says Carolyn Wilson. Sandy joins us in Florida. Janet Crawwell says, hi from a beautiful sunny Belfast. Lynn Morton's in Newcastle. And Erica Johnson says, good morning, Ben, Craig and crew from Central Florida. Keep the comments coming through. Anything you want to see from this collection, feel free to shout, but Craig is going to have a play with the peacocks.
I am indeed. Kind of break this down, Ben. Let's kind of do the box and the basic of the demo to start with, and then we can come along with that create a card die, and then of course finish it off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my large guillotine. Now, tomorrow, craft your stash. It is tomorrow, Johnny, isn't it? Craft your stash.
Yeah.
Yes, it is tomorrow. Obviously, having a few days off there. I'm just getting familiar with the shows that we're just slotting in. Yes, I've got Craft Your Stash. So tomorrow, Craft Your Stash, it's all about cutting. So if you want to then come along and then take ideas for your guillotine, your paper trimmer, your straight craft knife, your swivel craft knife, going to cover that. So keep that one in mind. So is it Craft Together, is it? Oh, it's Craft Together. Going to give you hints and tips when it comes to...
There's a show on, basically.
Do you know what? I'm doing a show tomorrow all about cutting.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So I'm going to go in here with our card. Now, I've just got our white cardstock, and I'm going to cut this down to 8 by 10. So if I go in with my 8 inches to my 10 inches, let's turn that one around. So let's then come into there, like so. And then we're going to do it the same. So because we're doing a box and we're going to be using our Score Master, that means both bits of cardstock are exactly the same. No difference, no change sizes, nothing. So set that out the way for now. And then I'm going to come along with my Score Master. You can use your Ultimate Pro or your boxer boards if you want to. But we're going to go in and we're just going to score it. So I'm going to do it so that it's 1 inch deep. I'm going to go into the sides. Now for this one, I'm going to go onto my box lid. So therefore, I'm going to go to my left-hand side, and we've got it down here. Go on our Crafter's Companion YouTube. We've done Craft Your Stashes. We've done shows all about our scoreboard, so then you can get more ideas there. But we're going to go in 1 inch. So scoring at that 1 inch, and I'm going to turn that all the way round. We're just working it around, and the measurements that I'm following along here are true measurements. Now what I mean by that is if you were to pop a ruler right along the top, those will be accurate measurements. However, if you were to follow the measurements along the bottom, if you were to match that with a ruler, they'll be a little bit out. So if you were to use it for a measuring implement, use the top, don't use the bottom. But we can see here now I've got my 1 inch all the way round. If you want centimetres, you do have them on the back. And then I'm going to go in with the second one. I'm going to go up to the right-hand side, and I'm going to follow where it says box base. Now, for anyone that's new or relatively new, I always struggle to score upwards.
Yes.
Because we scored at the 1 inch on the left-hand side, and we're going to score at the 1 inch again down here. But because I struggle to score upwards, just turn it around. Doesn't matter that it's upside down, as long as you see that 1 inch mark, and we're just going to turn all the way round, working it in, scoring at that 1 inch. Remember, both pieces of cardstock are exactly the same size, and then that gives me my base as well as my lid. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go B and L, just so for now I remember which one's the lid and which one is the base. Still doing exactly the same on both. That is, we're going to score, we're then going to fold. I always just like to go in with my thumbs to start with, and then I'll go in and give it a little burnish afterwards. And then we'll work that all the way around. That will be the base. And then I'm just doing the same with the lid. And it's really, really simple and repetitive when you use our boxer board and scoreboards to make our boxes. Yeah. Because they're both the same size.
Good morning, Alcha, who's joined us. Miss Heffalump joins us as well. Stephanie Theodos is in Farmingdale, New Jersey. And Sherlan Telford says, welcome back, Craig. Louise Burton says, hello, Ben, and hello, Craig. And Christine says, Ben, lol on your joke. Thanks, it's not a flat. I've already got the engine replaced, and now it's the transmission. Oh, it's one thing after another, isn't it? It would only go about 30 to 40 miles an hour, but I was willing to try to come out because I needed to make money. But nope, now I can't move. It was smoking a bit as well and stunk like transmission.
Oh, no.
What a nightmare.
See, I know nothing about cars, Ben. I know where to put the petrol, I know where to put the oil.
Yeah. Windscreen wash?
Windscreen wash, yeah.
You can do that.
But that's really about... I've never had an interest in cars.
Do you know what? It's one of those things. My granddad was a very practical man. He was an architect, actually. And I wish... he passed away when I was very, very little. I was only about 5 or 6. But I kind of wish I'd sort of spent a bit more time with him when I was little and learnt a lot off him because he was very practical. And that's why my mum's so practical. So in our house, like my dad is very unpractical. Like
right.
He wouldn't mind me saying it. He can't even change a light bulb, that bloke. Whereas my mum, unbelievable. Like she's like redecorated our house on multiple occasions. She does woodwork.
Amazing.
Does electrical work. She's like unbelievable.
That's incredible. That is brilliant.
Yeah, so I haven't got like a particular interest in cars, but I wish that I did.
I know what you mean.
So that you could service your own car.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to pay like £200 once a year to get your car serviced.
That's it, and so you know that you're not being charged for like premium air.
Well, yeah,
and stuff like
exactly.
That.
Or you could go to a mechanics and go, oh, this is what's wrong. Can you fix it? So you know, because you don't always know.
I completely get that. Yeah. See, my stepdad, my uncle, they're all into their cars. They love cars. My cousin, he loves cars. It was just his birthday the other day. 25. God, he makes me feel old. Oh. Really old, Dan. Yeah, 25. But yeah, he's into his cars, into his motorbikes. But yeah, it's just not something that I've really kind of been into.
No.
But
maybe when you're a bit older.
Maybe when I'm a bit older, yeah. Why not? So all that I'd done there, Ben, was I just put my box base together. I've not done my box lid because it's always best to decorate it afterwards.
Yeah.
What I have done beforehand is I've taken some strips of cardstock and I've taken some of our mink Centura Pearl and just given that a matte layer. So we will stick these ones on just at the end, but you'll see that I have just sized them so that they're going to fit all the way round. So that's those bits. And then if I bring in my actual pattern paper, one of the many beautiful ones, what then going to do is just check in the measurement for that one, 6 by 8. So if I come in here, I'm going to do the 6, no I'm not, I'm going to be doing 5.5 by 7.5. So the only thing I need to do, and I'll grab it in the break bin, is to get another bit of mink cardstock. I don't need it right now, so it's not important just yet. But that will sit in the middle there with our mink matte layer. So what I've gone and done is I've also taken, if you've seen our starter of our warehouse clearance show earlier, taken some of the acetate that we can see here. So let's bring in another couple of pieces of white cardstock. Well, let's say a couple. I just need the one. And we're going to take our, I'm going to cut this first with our die. So this is the die that we're going to use. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's the Peacock Quill. Now, this is a great opportunity as well to show you something that I verbalised quite a lot. Now, with this die, it's a create a card die, which means if you use that die alone into your card, that will stay in your card no matter where you cut it. If you use the outer die to go with it, that will then release it out of the card. Alternatively, it gives you a matte layer. Now, this is what I mean by I'm verbalising what I'm going to show you here, and that is, you'll hear me say quite often, with the create a card pen, very rarely do I use that outer die. I always cut the card to the size that I want, and then I use that detail die. So what I mean by that one, so if we go in with our guillotine here, and I'm going to go in to start with, just to check, I'm going to go 5.25 by 7.25. I'm just going to have a look. I'm actually thought I should have gone with my first thought, 5 inch. So we're going to go 5 by 7. I'm just going to make sure, yep, so I'm still going to see some of that paper on that outer edge. And then we're going to take our die and then we're going to pop that into place. Now, I know it doesn't look much. If I put this pattern paper behind, what I'm going to have, Ben, is a little bit of a thicker white matte layer. If I were to use the die that came with it, that's going to be a thinner white matte layer. So this is why 9 times out of 10, I always cut my cardstock to the size that I want instead of using that die. But you've got that choice and you've got that option. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to run that one through. And then once I've run that one through, if there is anything, Ben, that you're wanting to show or that, we can do that. Or if there's anyone asking any questions or that before we go to the next step.
We've got lovely comments coming through. Hi to Christine, who's joined us. Michael's with us from the Birdman. He says, I'm the Birdman. You are, Michael. You are the Birdman. Cuckoo-choo. Miss Heffalump says, I'll teach you about cars, Ben and Craig. I've got a diploma in motorsport engineering, so I know my way around an engine. That's Miss Heffalump. Yeah. Where did you get that? Where did you get a diploma in motorsport engineering? That sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
And Alexandra says, Ben, my late mum was the more practical one. Dad had his own carpentry business, but mum was the one who did anything with wood, plus all the decorating, electrical things, and even laying bricks. Same as my mum. Like, she's done all of that. Like, all that plumbing she does.
Wow.
Yeah, electricals, painting, woodwork. She's built, like, ponds and stuff in our garden. Like, she's incredible. She's a very, very practical lady. And she's at that age now where she needs not to be doing stuff like that, because that's where, I think I told you here, last year she was doing some stuff and fell off a ladder and broke her pelvis, despite us saying, Mum, stop climbing up ladders.
But she still does.
But she carries on. She carries on.
That's a tough
Won't
cookie.
be told. The only thing I know about cars, says Lois, is I get oil and then I sit down and go. You can tell I don't drive. Lol. And Kathy Green says, good morning, Craig and Ben, from a very rainy Mechanicsburg. Mechanicsburg? I didn't think it rained in Mechanicsburg. I bet there's a few people that can tell you about cars in Mechanicsburg.
Oh.
Isn't there? Hey?
Mechanic.
Yeah.
Spark.
There'll be some good garages there. I'll take my car there for my next service, maybe. And Jane Quigley says, hello to Ben and Craig. Craig, lovely to see you back, she says. I hope you enjoyed your break, Craig.
I did. It's really, really nice to be back for sure. But yeah, it was a lovely little bit of a break. For those that didn't know, I was actually going home to dog sit for, well, part of the weekend. My mum and stepdad were away just for a couple of days. And it's just the way that it worked out. My auntie and uncle were away. Well, I say that at the time when mum had planned it, they were due to be away, but my auntie had to have a little operation on her hand, so it's just fine. But she was there at home, but their friends were away, so there was no one for Clemmy. So mum had asked me a couple of months ago, so any chance you could come home for the weekend? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So it was fine. The last couple of days, me and Clemmy just went for walks, and we just walked and walked and walked. So it was really nice because we had the good weather as well.
And I bet you jumped at the chance. She's such a cute dog, Clemmy. I mean, I've met her. Have I met her once? I think maybe twice.
It's once, isn't it?
Yeah. She has been in. Molly was being a bit of a pain, I remember, towards her when she came in, as she usually is with other dogs. But she's such a sweet dog. And you put that video up, didn't you?
I did. So it's on my my TikTok.
Yeah.
I will share it to my Instagram if you're not on TikTok. But yeah, I sent it to Ben because it was me. I got her into the kitchen and I put a treat on the floor and I set my phone up and I told her to leave it while I went out of the room. And I thought at some point she's going to go for the treat, but she didn't. It was, in total, it was about 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
That's a good girl.
She just sat there. I had to speed up the video in 2 places by ×5, so it wasn't a long video. And yeah, she just sat there.
I must try that because, as you know, like Molly will, if I tell her to sit and wait and put food down, she will stay if I'm in the room, and then I'll tell her, oh, you know, you can have it, and she has it. I don't reckon she would stay if I walked out the room. So
do you not think so?
I might try that later.
No, do you think so? Yeah, give that a shot and see.
Yeah.
Give that a shot and see what she does. But it was really fun. I knew she would stay for a wee while, Ben, but I did think, I thought there's going to come a point where she just gives up and she's going to eat it, but no.
Have you done that before? Johnny's just said to me, yeah, you need to film the video where you fall asleep with like a bit of cheese or something in your hand. I've done that before. So you pretend to fall asleep on the sofa, but when Clemmy's there, next time you're there, and I've done it, and Molly took the thing out of my hand. I think it was a crisp or some cheese or something. So you just pretend to fall asleep and have your hand out like that with the cheese there, and then you just wait to see if they come and take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be interesting if Clemmy
I have
would
a
do that.
sneaky suspicion that Clemmy wouldn't take it.
She wouldn't?
I don't think she would. Nope, I do not think she would take it at all. But yeah,
that's your next video to do.
That's going to be my next video with her. Just see if she actually does just sit there.
See, Molly's very good if, like, say if I'm making a sandwich or something and drop something on the floor, if she knows it's not hers, she won't go and get it. But I think if she knew that I was asleep, she would probably. I think she probably would. Yeah.
Probably.
Snooze.
Ben, I'm going to leave it there just for now. If we want to take a break or that, I'll show you at the point that I'm on for now. So the only thing that I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to go and get a little bit of mink Centura Pearl. I've done my drop shadow. That was also pre-cut from the mink. Now I've gone round with my red liner tape. When we come back, we will then pop the acetate on the back, and I've not got any foam on a roll at the side of me, but it doesn't matter. I've got my A4 foam pad sheets, or if you've got your adhesive kit with the A5 foam pad sheets, we can cut down, create our own strips for our shaker using our guillotine, and then we will then start to add the sentiment, and we'll do all that when we come back.
Christine says, can Miss Heffalump come and fix my car from one crafter to another? I'm sure Miss Heffalump, well, it depends how close you are to each other. I'll leave you guys to sort that out between you. And Stephanie says, Craig, I love that pic of you and Clemmy on the beach, but I'm glad that you are back. One thing to quickly tell you about, of course, it is our UK warehouse clearance day today. The official show is coming up in an hour and a half's time. So we've had a little preview show this morning. You've missed a few of those deals at 10 a.m. this morning. Remember, if you can get up, it's our new show, 10 o'clock. We bring you an extra show at 10 a.m. every morning. So particularly for our UK viewers, if you can join us, that would be brilliant. I know it's asking a lot of you who are stateside, 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific time. Maybe you've not gone to bed or you're struggling to sleep, you can tune in and join us. But it's the UK warehouse clearance. Today's show is an hour and a half's time, and back as one of the highlight items in that show, they literally came in about 2 minutes after we started the show. We had a notification to say they are in the warehouse. Not a huge quantity of them though, limited amounts of our 9x12 Gemini 2 plate bundles at an exceptional price. You'll see the price you should be paying on screen, $79.93, $114.93. $43.96 today is the platinum price if you're in the UK, $63.96 in the States. Obviously, these subject to duties and taxes at the minute, but as I say, as soon as we hear any more news, if we're going to do anything as a company, I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything. But listen, in the UK, don't think, just buy. If you have a G2 or indeed the original Gemini, these are the plates that you need to buy now. They've been out of stock for a while. We have them in stock right now, the full bundle, and we don't have a huge quantity, as I've said. It is a limited amount that we have, but I'm not going to say one per customer, okay? It's first come, first served. If you want to buy a couple of sets of these, you're more than welcome. If you want to buy 2, 3 of these, you're more than welcome. But listen, you get all of the plates, so you've got your your metal cutting plate in there. You're going to get your magnetic shim. You are going to receive your rubber embossing mat. You've also got your 2 white cutting plates in there. Remember, those ones will last you 3 times longer should you look after them properly and do your flipping and rotating and your good housekeeping with those. And you're also going to get your plastic shim included as well, lasting up to 10 times longer if you're looking after that. And like I said, perfect for the Gemini 2. If you have the original Gemini as well, then these are the ones to go for. Now, handily, we also give these to you in the neoprene bag as well. I can't believe you're getting the storage bag included. That, of course, brilliant for storing your plates in. If you've already got multiples of these, you can use it to store in there whatever you wish. But what I would say is, if you have got a G2 or a Gemini, stock up to date. Even if you have just started on a new set of plates, today's the day to shop for these, because guaranteed your plates will go, you'll need to buy some more, you'll come to the website and they'll be out of stock, or you'll be paying full price. They're in stock today, they're at that discounted price, so don't delay, limited quantities, get them whilst you can. All right, we're gonna have a short break. When we come back, more from our masterclass with the Graceful Plumes. If you've got anything you wanna ask Craig, anything else you particularly wanna see from the collection, get in touch, let us know, and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
Hi, my name is Sherry Jackson, and I have been a fan of Crafter's Companion for at least 7 or 8 years now. I love Crafter's TV. I mean, what's not to love about it? They've got great products, great prices, great people that work there for them. The customer service is great. The presenters are great. Demonstrators are great. Everyone there is great. I just love all the products. I love the tutorials we get. I love all the demonstrations, the craft-alongs, the master classes. Not only do you sell the products, but you teach everyone how to use it. I love the interaction on Crafters TV. I love the fun, the game, the prizes. There's just so much about Crafters TV. There's nothing not to love about Crafters TV. You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family. I'm widowed and live alone, and every day I look forward to watching Crafters TV, whether I watch it live or whether I go back and watch the reruns. I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion, and I love all of you, and I'm so thankful for Crafters TV.
Missed your favourite Crafters TV shows this week? Feel like you've missed out on the best crafting deals? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Join us for Second Chance Sunday, your ultimate catch-up on the top 10 deals, demos and must-see moments from the past week. From incredible discounts to inspiring crafting, this is your second chance to grab the best of the best. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Tune in to Second Chance Sunday, only on Crafters TV. Because every crafter deserves a second chance. You do know this isn't a real door, don't you?
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the social.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
There she is, Julesy One Kenobi. Hello everyone, says Jane. I need those plates, so I'm going shopping. BRB. Go, go, go for those plates before they go, go, go. We have a limited quantity available of them. The creator card die is magnificent, says Mary Pat. I really need to add it to my Peacock collection from years ago. Bits and pieces available for you individually, so if you do want to shop the individuals from those various bundles, feel free to do so if you don't want to go for the full collection. And good morning to Paul Prince ×4. He says good morning from a stormy South Carolina. Right, let's get back to it. We've got about 20 minutes left on the show. It's flying over. What are we doing next, Craig?
Right here, so let's just finish that mat and layer, because I've got a piece of the mink Centura Pearl cardstock here. Now, of course, I know you've got the linen if you want to, but I just thought this really kind of elevates it that little bit more. Now, because I cut that to 5.5 by 7.5, let's go 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, which that will then give me my little mat and layer all the way round. So let's move that one out the way. And then I'm going to bring in, just in a moment or two, I'm going to bring in the peacock feather creator card die cut that we've just done. But let's add these mats and layers on to start with. So if I align that up and press that one down, and we're going to work our way around here. Now, a moment ago I was using, of course, our guillotine. You could use your paper trimmer. In a moment, I'm going to use my craft knife, and then I'm going to go in with my ruler. Tomorrow, I've got a craft together, where we're going to go over the main cutting tools and implements that we have. So you can tune in tomorrow for that one. And this is how, using the guillotine is how I've done all of these mats and layers. So let's add these on into the side. Let's just work them in. So I'm just going to come close up to that fold line and then press that in. You don't have to mat and layer them if you don't want to, but you know me, it's nigh all impossible for me to add any layers without adding a mat and a layer.
That's it.
I think it works really, really well. Same with a foam pad. Nigh all impossible for me to create a card without using some foam pads. So let's work our way around here. Add that one in. And notice as well, what I've not done is I've not kept the flow of the pattern paper.
Oh, no.
Actually, to be honest, is that? No, it's not. I thought that was flowing off the side. You could do it that way if you wanted to, but I don't tend to.
No.
I just kind of pop them wherever. And then that is the main base of our mats and layers. Still not going to assemble it just yet.
Okay.
Because we, of course, got that shaker element to add. So if I move that out of the way for a moment, and then we already popped the red liner tape on the back. So I'm going to peel the backing off here. And what I tend to do when it comes to things like this, of course, we could just chop this down using our guillotine. That one there is from what we had earlier on. Where's it gone? Here we are. It's in the UK warehouse clearance
yes,
bin,
acetate.
that acetate. So that you'll find on the website. So that's where I've taken that one from. It is, of course, and I've just popped that flat on. Let's look at that. Let's see, there we go, phew. It does have the protective backing. So I'm just going to take that off. Now I could chop this down, I could use the die if I want, but 9 times out of 10, what I tend to just do is I'll just pop it on, press it down, and then I just use my scissors, Ben, to cut all the way around. So you don't have to use your cutting tools if you don't want to, i.e. your guillotines. If you're ever unsure, if you're not necessarily or feeling like you're confident enough to get the acetate in the perfect position, then just pop the topper, so to speak, on the acetate and then trim afterwards.
Okay.
That's then going to give us that back in there. So you can see, or you can just see, that's us now got that back in there. So that's going to stop anything from falling out. And then, of course, your foam on a roll.
Here it is.
Or your foam pad sheets. If you don't have, or your foam pad strips. If you don't have your foam pads when it comes to the actual strips, then always remember you've got your A4 foam pad sheets. Or if you've got your adhesive kit, you've got your A5 ones, of course. You can just do them. Now, just so you can see, you can absolutely die cut, or you can use your...
Never thought of that. How random. Yeah, just die cut, just cut through it.
Chop them with your, go in with your guillotine. You can see here as well, you can just cut into them with your scissors. You can, if I just show you this, you do have to give a little bit of pressure, Ben, but you can go in with your V-blade trimmer.
Okay.
I don't tend to, because what you'll see there is you have to end up just pulling. That was cut. I just want to show you here. That foam was cut, Ben. It was that backing that wasn't. So look at that. That foam is cut. It's just that backing layer that's not. So if I was to peel that one off. So that's why I don't actually ever use my paper trimmer for, of course, foam pads. I tend to go in with my guillotine, or for strips, this is where I'll go in with my craft knife and my ruler. So I just like to make sure that I'm going on that straight edge, and I'm just going to go in maybe not even 1/4 of an inch, as long as it is no thicker than those edges there. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to create my own strip. So if you don't have your foam on a roll, or you don't have your foam pad strips from the small foam pad bundle, just go in, you can see here, and then just cut, create your own.
If you didn't have either, could you feasibly use foam pads and like join them end to end, or would that be a bit of a risky strategy?
You could. It would be a little bit risky, where you need to really make sure that you've got no gaps. When it comes to what we're away to do now, all that we need to make sure is we've got no gaps in these 4 corners. If you're using if you're using smaller foam pads, you can absolutely do that. But what you're having to do is you're going to have to make sure, for instance, let's just say I was to use these squares here. Now, I'm not going to, but I'm just going to show you. So let's just say I was using these squares, Ben. This is where, if we take, so this is where I am. I'm just going to pop on for you to see. One, it's time consuming, but not only that, what you're going to have to do every single time, let's peel that one off. You're going to have to make sure that you are flush against every single section. So even if you were using the slightly longer foam pads, every single section you're still having to make sure that you've got no gap whatsoever, compared to, of course, just those 4 corners. So if I just peel that one off, and then now all that we need to do is we just need to go in with our strips that we've created. We can work that all the way round. You can even die cut with these. I wouldn't do anything intricate, but you can absolutely die cut your foam sheets. So for instance, that back layer, if I bring it in, dies like that, you can cut no problem whatsoever. Any of your nesting dies, your shape dies, as I say, as long as it's not too intricate, then of course you can use them. And then I'm just going to then go the full length. And then these little excess pieces here, I am going to use them. This is what's kind of going on what we were just talking about a moment ago, Ben. I just need to make sure that I'm flush up against each section here, because I don't want to waste them. So if I then go in right up to that edge, press that in. So that's us now created our own foam pad strips using our foam pad sheets. And then what I'm also going to do from that incredible bundle that we had in the UK warehouse clearance as well. So let's go in with the jasmine. So I'm going to then bring this one in, and then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to add these into the base here. Now, a couple of ways that you can do shakers. There's no right or wrong way. I personally, Ben, like to pop my shaker element onto my base. Right. So I like to go onto the base of my box, the base of my card. What you can also do, if you don't have the confidence to go direct onto the project, what you can do is you could pop the shakers in the back of the actual die cut, put another layer of acetate to sandwich it, hold it all in, and then attach it. It's whatever way that you prefer. As I said, there's no right or wrong way. And I'm going to go in, and remind me, Ben, because I always forget, what is it that Leanne suggests?
60%, she said.
About 60%. So, and of course, as everything, up to you. You want more, add more.
It's a guide.
It's a little guide. Some people like a really, really full shaker. Some people don't want it as full.
No, and some people also mix the elements up. You don't have to go with the same elements, do you?
Not at all. Not at all. Maybe you've got different colours. Maybe you want to add micro beads. Maybe you want to add glitters in there. You've got that option for it. But the only thing, if you do like a lot of shakers, you just need to make sure you still want that shaker element. You want it to shake. So if I go in, laying that flat, let's press that one down. I'm not going to move until I've committed to the stick. And I'm going to press all the way around. Give that a really good press down.
Brilliant.
And now I've got my shaker. And then all that I'm going to do, that you'll just see me doing, is I'm just going to cut a piece of white card, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and we'll mat and layer it onto this spare bit of mint cardstock.
I'll read a few of your comments out. Just to mention, producer Johnny's just telling me those plates I showed you a few moments ago, very, very busy for those. And also, a lot of people have bought the pick of the week, but the individuals are proving very popular in this show. So it might be a case of that you bought a few of the individuals previously, you want to pick up some other bits and pieces. Maybe you just love the look of the creator card die that Craig is working with right now. Maybe you just want to recreate this project. Everything is available for you individually. So check the shop, the show, and you'll be able to get those individual items into your basket. Good news for Christine Mahoney. The tow truck is here. Yes. What's the name of your tow truck driver? Let's give him a shout out on Crafters TV. Jeffrey's joined us saying a joyous Tuesday to Ben and Craig and bestest and most CYV crew. Oh, bestest CTV crew. Yeah, you guys are the best, apparently, in the gallery. You're the best. Got Johnny and Jamie in the gallery this show. That's off Jeffrey. Johnny says, thank you, Jeffrey. Rhonda says, good morning, Ben, Craig, team, social crew, and all my lovely crafty friends from Oak Park, Chicago. Teresa Legum says, good morning, everyone, from beautiful America. And Colleen says, good morning, Ben and Craig, watching from Florida. I watched Sarah last night.
So did I.
Here in Florida on HSN and the Craftaganza. I'm so excited to do this weekend in June. Love this plume set also. So many fun things to make with this.
Sorry, I thought you meant you'd watch Sarah.
No.
I should have let you finish your sentence.
Yes, it was Colleen who watched Sarah. Did you watch Sarah?
Yeah, well, I didn't watch her live. When I got up this morning, I went onto the HSN website and watched back.
That Craftaganza box is a bit special, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the tuition.
Lots and lots of stuff. It's funny, I'd never actually seen much about it. I'd seen a lot of hoo-ha going on behind the scenes of excitement, getting it all set up and ready and stuff like that. So, yeah.
There was a lot of excitement on the preview show that we did last week about that with the that weekend, the classes that are going to be happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, do you know something? It's not often that I can 100% openly say, I won't be part of it.
Oh. It's Sarah and Leanne, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
I won't be there, Johnny. I'll be in New York.
He'll be in New York, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craig won't be involved. Craig will be in New York.
I think no chance. You can
do a class from the top of the Empire State Building.
Don't, because you'll get all you guys at home going, oh my gosh, that would be cool.
Do it.
Yes, I know Sarah was hoping that I could be I may be a part of something of it down the line.
But don't be doing it on the day when you're in America.
But I won't be part of the main first weekend because I'm sure as you guys can forgive me, I'll be there.
Mate, you're on holiday.
And not only that, the 21st, that first day, that is my actual 40th birthday. So, yeah, I'm sure you guys can let me off on that one.
The big 4-0.
I know.
Can't believe it. I was 40 when I was your age.
You guys are really good today, actually. Or is it that I've just missed you so much?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. No one else
I've
is
missed
laughing.
you.
Yeah, no one else is laughing. Oh, dear. Johnny, we've had this every day, Craig, man. Like.
You'd think I'd be used to you.
Oh, dear. Johnny, don't blame me. Jamie's just saying, Johnny, you're just as bad. You bang out the dad jokes as much as I do, so I shall take no lectures from you, sir, on dad jokes. Look at this box here. That's incredible, Craig.
And then there we go. So we've now got our box with our shaker. So that was your Jasmine from that set within the UK clearance warehouse. Notice as well, Ben, also in the UK clearance warehouse, I used the stamping platform.
Yeah.
So that's in there as well. But you've got your box there. I've gone in with, of course, the Graceful Plumes collection there with that shaker. And then what we'll do is when we come back, just before we end, Ben, I'll show you some more of the finished samples.
Excellent. I'll just take you through everything. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through, by the way. Just a quick question from Louise, who's one of our newer crafters, Craig. She joined us recently. She says, can I use dies with acetate? Will it cut out the shape that I want? That's a really good question, Louise, actually.
Really good question, yes and no. So I wouldn't use intricate dies. However, a lot of your basic dies with a little bit of detail dies will, but what you will have to do is you're going to have to put in your metal shim. So make sure your metal shim, whether it's the Gemini or whether it's another die cutting machine, to cut your acetate, you will need to do the metal shim. So base plate, metal shim, acetate, die, and then frosted magnetic and top plate. So yes, do you know what, at the end of the day, if you're not sure, is it detailed, is it not, run it through. As long as you've got your metal shim in there, 90% of the time I'm going to say yes, absolutely, with your acetate.
Excellent. Thanks for the question, Louise. And Lois says, what a beautiful shaker gift box. Love that box, says Colleen. Very quickly, I'll just take you through everything, and I'll name check everything for you as well in case you do want to buy things individually, because I know we've had a lot of people do that in this show. So the consumable elements, as I say, very quick, because we want to see some finished samples with Craig before we go. Your 12 by 12 pad, so 36 double-sided sheets within this one. Obviously, you're just searching for 12 by 12 pad if you want to go for that. Is available on its own, is also available as part of the paper and cardstock bundle, which is also your bonus buy. So you buy the pick of the week and then you can pop this extra bonus buy bundle into your basket and get it for half the price, which would be £14 or $18. So that's your 12 by 12 pad. You're going to receive that alongside your 6 by 6 pad, and alongside that you will receive all of your beautiful linen cardstock as well. So it is 6 different colours. You're going to get 4 sheets of each within that amazing bundle. That obviously also comes within your pick of the week. And then all of your hardware, if you like, is as follows. Apologies, I don't have the boards. The boards are in America, but you can see the design. So this one here, if you want this, those are those 3 dies, the beauty and elegance, for you to be able to create those cool little panels you can cut in or cut out, because you've got the outer dies with those as well. The one that you will want to buy if you want to recreate Craig's box he's just made is called the Peacock Quill. So that is your 5 by 7 creator card die, again with that outer frame, allowing for you to be able to cut in and cut out of your card stock. Next up, another die set. This one is called Perfect Plumes. So that's that beautiful peacock. You then get the outer die as well there to be able to cut the matte layer for it. So you can layer the actual detail of the peacock down onto that matte layer if you so wish. There's two dies within that set. If you want the sentiments from this set, they are called Strut Your Stuff. You get 11 dies in there, sorry, 11 stamps in there, I should say, in total. Be strong, be happy, be you. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. Birthday wishes, and beauty and elegance. Just a few of the sentiments you're getting there. You also will get lucky feathers. If you want to go for that individually, that is that beautiful peacock feather edgeable. And then lastly in this set is your Proud Peacock. So that one is a stamp and die. So the stamp and then the die to be able to cut out your image once you've finished with it. So the full pick of the week bundle, £72, $92 platinum price. Obviously tariffs apply there. And let's have a look just before we go with Craig at some finished samples just to whet the appetite just a little bit further.
Let's do it. Let's just start off. That's, of course, what we just created within this show as well. You can see how to do them within the shakers. But we've done gift bags in the past with our 12 by 12, that beautiful stamp with, of course, with that peacock. I'd done that on a previous show.
Yes.
This one, it was inspired by a sample that Shan had made. So you'll be able to go back onto Crafter's Companion YouTube, just type in Graceful Plumes, see what comes up. You'll be able to find that tutorial. You've got that beautiful edgeable die as well, so really nice for your smaller cards if you want to. What about different concepts? This is going to be brilliant for your template library. But you've got that kind of triptych panel die in there. There's a shaker for a card. There's another shaker. We can see, is that just a normal? Yeah, it's just actually goes that way. You can see, so you can go on the side if you want, cut in with the panels if you want to, ink the edges. See how that one's really nice, how it's been repeated onto that back step there as well. Really, really nice one too for your, with sympathy stamp sets. This is a nice way to be using that edgeable die, even that peacock feather, maybe go with the ivories, the grey, keep it with the grey, use it with sympathy stamps, and you've got it for sympathy as well. But yeah, really, really beautiful, elegant, sophisticated collection.
What a brilliant show. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Massive thank you to Craig for the inspiration. Thank you to you guys as well for all of the comments coming through. Loads of lovely comments. And we're back at 2 o'clock, got just over an hour to go, with more brilliant deals for you on our UK warehouse clearance. The plates is what everyone's buying currently. We've got the layout collection, little mini edgeables layout collection, which is flying, and also the UK warehouse clearance goodie bag as well. But we'll show you all of that in much more detail in just over an hour. You can shop the day, shop the show on the website right now, and Craig and I will see you in an hour's time.